This is the story of the first fall and the beginning and birth of the VV game. A long time ago, many hundreds of thousands of years ago, there was a humanoid intergalactic race called the Borenthasala. The Borenthasala are very beautiful humanoid beings with black oval eyes. Many attractive actors and actresses have aura parts of the Borenthasala, and they have aspects of themselves on this planet as well. A long time ago, they wanted to try and stop the ability for a being to fall through this unbalanced energy of the victimizer game, which was already somewhat present. They went on to create a great experiment that many to all around the multiverse has probably heard of. In this experiment, they chose to have three groups. One group was the control group. The other two groups were to races, known as the Budara and the Borgia. The animals known as spiders come from these beings originally. They knew that beings would fall because they would engaged in a victimizer program. So they wanted to test this victimizer program themselves and created an experiment of which they placed themselves into it as the control group and as the two test groups. They created an experiment where one group in one experience or lifetime would be the victimizer and the other group would be the victim. And in the first round of which they had 7 total rounds. In the experiment, the victimizers would victimize the victims, and the victims would not be able to do anything about it. Well, in the first round, the Budara were the victimizers, and the Borgia were the victims. Now you can kind of come to see that whenever you have a being that victimizes, there tends to always be a person who was victimized before they became a victimizer and vice versa. Hence the victimizers truly were usually victims first. Within the first round of the experiment, being the victims was so utterly horrible that the victims ended up going mad and ended up killing, destroying and taking out the victimizers at the end of the first round. In their sheer utter rage, they also took out the control group, and through this experience, although this is very old, these beings then went on to bore wormholes into the Akasha matrix that we used to be in, tunneling into portions of the time matrix here. We will stop now simply to say that there are many different levels of victimizer programs. There is the savior complex and those who want to be saved. The lesson in all this was told that no one outside of you can make you angry. You allow them to make you angry. This lesson allowed beings to take ownership and responsibility for all their actions and creations, taking back their power that they dissipated through lack of blame. We shall continue this story further another time. Thank you for listening. We love you. This is Intergalactic History and the story of the first fall.